Okay, this is the Nexus dashboard, right? So if I try to log in here, admin, okay, I logged in here. So you can see that different options here, but in this, the gear icon is important. You can see this gear icon indicates server administration and configuration, means all the configuration related or whatever you do admin activities from on this Nexus can be done from here. Okay, and remember one thing, now I logged in as an admin user. This is the initial admin user, means this is the initial user we created at starting, like while configuring this Nexus, right? So as of now, we have only one user, that is admin user. Next, if we want to create some other user with restricted privileges, we can create. Same like Jenkins, when we create a Jenkins, initially we'll have admin user there, then after that we'll create different users with different permissions, right? We can do like that. For now, you remember, I have only admin user logged in with that user only. Now let me go to this gear icon. This is settings configuration. Here there are so many options. Now here this repositories option is there, right? This is important for us. Now let me go to this repositories. Here you can create these many types of repositories as of now. It is showing like this. Sorry. Let me click on this create repositories. Here you can create these many number of repositories, like something related to apt, which is related to Ubuntu, browse something, Docker, which is related to Docker, which is Go, which is related to Golang. This is help Kubernetes Helms, right? Maven. For our purpose, we have to use this. For NPM node related projects, this one, like this is related to Python, this R language, something like that, right? Ruby, raw, something. This is Yum, Red Hat, like that. There are, we can use this Nexus for different purposes. Like for now, we want to create it for a Maven, so we have to choose Maven 2 hosted. Now tell me, what is our requirement? We want to take artifact backups, means whatever the artifacts generated by our Maven. So when we take the code from Git, when our Jenkins pulls the code from Git and give it to Maven, Maven will generate an artifact. Now this artifact I want to take and then take a backup in my Nexus. So I want to take. So let me create a repository here. Which repository I have to choose? This Maven proxy. There are 3 repositories: Maven group, Maven 2 group, Maven 2 hosted, Maven 2 proxy. These two has some other meaning. First, let us take this Maven 2 hosted. We have to take this Maven 2 hosted. Remember what type of repository you created? Maven 2 hosted, you remember. Okay, fine. Next, this Maven 2 hosted, what will it will have? All right. So how many repositories we have to create first? Let's discuss. 2 repositories. Why? Because yeah, we can take only one, but 2 is recommended. Why? Because I want to create 2 repositories. One repository I'll use to take the backup of snapshot repositories, means for the applications which are under development. For that, we'll have version -snapshot, right? So that snapshot I'll take separately. The production ready ones, which are ready for production, are already in production. For those, I'll take a separate repository. All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to select this Maven 2 hosted, right? We'll start to collect anonymous non-sensitive. Okay, leave that option. So for now, I'm going to select, see, I'll go here, create repository. I'll go to Maven 2 hosted. I'll click on this. Now give some name. For example, I'm giving like this KC Maven hyphen snapshot. I'm giving it, right? Now this is the name, a unique identifier for this repository, means this is unique name you have to give to identify your repository. So this is the name I have given, KC Maven hyphen snapshot. So why I'm giving snapshot? It is not mandatory. Just my project name is KC Maven, right? So my project name hyphen snapshot. So I can easily identify this repository is to take the backups of snapshots. So I'm giving like this. It is not mandatory. You no need to give snapshot. You can just give like this, right? You can give like this. But what I'm doing is for identification, I'm giving this. Now, if checked, this is very important. If checked, the repository accepts incoming requests. See, think about this repository perspective. Just think this is one of the repository in my Nexus. If checked, the repository accepts incoming requests. Incoming means what? From something, it is getting an incoming to this. So incoming for your phone, incoming what? You are getting a call, right? So this is a repository. Incoming for this means what? It is a WAR file we are uploading into this repository for a backup, right? So if you don't allow this, if you don't allow this checkbox. If you don't check this checkbox, your repository will not allow any incoming. Means you cannot upload anything to this. But if we want to upload, means that upload is going to be incoming for your repository. It has to allow the incoming. So check this. This is very important. Next, what type of artifacts does this repository store? Either snapshot or mixed or release. Both. You want to store both mixed and mixed means both snapshot and release to a same repository or snapshot. So we are taking it only for snapshot, right? Snapshot. All right. Next, validate that all paths are Maven artifacts or metadata. Yes, leave it as strict only. Okay. Next, leave this. Add this also. Leave it as inline. This indicates add content disposition header as attachment as disable some content from being okay. This leave it as it is. Next, this also blob store, use it for store repository content. You also leave it this default only, default settings. There is only one option, you leave it. Strict content type validation, validate that all content uploaded to the repository is MIME type appropriate for the repository format. Yes, leave it. These are default settings. Next, this is one important thing. Disable read apply. What does this mean is, for example, in my Maven version, I have mentioned like this 1.0 - snapshot. Okay, so my packaging is my versioning I mentioned like this. So my Maven will generate an artifact with this name, will upload to this. So here we have the same Maven. Now my source code has been modified. I'm not modifying the version. I have to change it to 1.1, but I'm not changing. I'm following different strategy for small changes and all. I'll not change it. So with the same name, with the same version, it will generate one more new WAR file with the same name. Now I'll try to push it here. So now, as you are saying, redeploy, disable redeploy means with the same version we already deployed. So now, as you have said this, disable redeploy, my Nexus will not allow to replace already 1.0 snapshot is there. Now it will not allow to redeploy or replace the same jar file with a different version. No, it will not allow. But if you say this, allow redeploy. Now, if you are trying to upload one more WAR file with the same name, yes, it will replace that. It will remove the old one, put it here. So it will allow to replace that, right? Allow redeploy. Yes, we can do based on our project requirement. We don't want to allow the same version to override. No, then you can disable that. If you want to allow, okay, allow redeploy, you can get it. Okay. Components in this repository count as priority of our namespace conflicts. Okay, leave this. No problem. Now, these are related to some policies. Right? These are something related to policies. What is this policies? Okay, we'll see this later. For now, leave it. I want to create this repository. I created. There is one KC Maven snapshot repository. I created for snapshot. I want to create similar repository for release, right? So let me go and create that. So Maven 2, where is Maven 2? Maven 2 hosted. LKC Maven - release. I'll give this time. Release. This I'm checking it. It has to accept the incoming request. Then it has to this for release, right? So let me select release, not snapshot. Strict inline default. Here also I want to allow redeployment. Okay. Then click on create repository. So I created two repositories. Here. Cool. But how to upload? I have two repositories ready. One for snapshot, one for release. I have two repositories ready. Now, how to upload artifacts to this repository? Now, what I'll do is, let me install quickly Git here. Yum install Git. It have disconnected. I'm going to install Git here. Okay. Let me configure Maven as well quickly. So I want to download Maven also, because on the same server I'll try to build using Maven. Okay. I'm downloading Maven also. Sudo. So this Maven is not there. So let me download Maven new latest here. Maven download. Let me, because I terminated the yesterday's instance. So I want to create Maven. One more Maven. Okay. Sudo wget, because I want to build them, right? So let me do that. Less I have Maven here. Next, unzip it. Unzip Apache Maven zip sudo. Sorry. Okay, I have this. So for now, let me get into CD Apache. CD bin. CD bin pwd. I'll take this path. I'll go and set Maven home bash underscore profile. This we all know, right? We did a number of times. M2 underscore home equal to okay, I set this MVN hyphen version. Oh, MVN command not found.
Path set cheyala.
Oh, okay. Thank you. Okay. Thank you. Forgot this. Okay. Colon into underscore home. Then you would have said me earlier only, right?
$.
Yes. Okay, now MVN icon version. Yes, Maven is there. Now what I'll do is I'll go to one of my project. I'll clone it. Just a second. Which project I forgot? Maven. Projects. Let me open it. Okay, just let me check one thing here. So this is for okay. Okay, let me clone this. Okay, I'll go to this. Maven web project. Let me clone this. Okay, I'll clone this repository into my Linux machine. I'll use HTTPS to clone. See here, git clone. Okay, I have my GitHub repository, Git repository here. Okay, see this. Here I'm going. Now, before this, first let me explain this. So, how to integrate? How we have to integrate with that is means I want to integrate. Two ways you can integrate. One is you can add one Jenkins plugin and integrate, or else you can integrate with the Maven option only. So, how we have to do is in the project, in your pom.xml, Maven pom.xml, you have to use one element called as distribution management. You have to use distribution management, right? Now inside this, you have to write two elements. So there is one element called as distribution management. Inside that, you have to write two elements. One is repository, one is snapshot repository. Snapshot repository is used for snapshot and repository is used for release. Now what should I do? Here is under distribution management, I have created two elements. One is repository, one is snapshot repository. For this repository element, there is one ID. I'll give it. See, these are same repository ID, name, URL. Snapshot repository ID, name, URL. These three are same, right? So for this repository, what I'll do is I'll give some ID. Here also same ID you can give. Next name, it is like this. KC Technologies release Nexus repository. Any name, just you have to give some name. So for identification, I am giving KC Tech release Nexus repository. Releases or not next release, not releases, release Nexus repository. Right? Next, what is the URL you have to give here is you have to give inside your Nexus. In your Nexus, you have created one release repository, right? So this snapshot indicates release repository. The release repository, what you have created in Nexus, right? That repository details you have to give. So ID, name, it can be anything. ID should be same here and here. Why? What is the use? I'll tell later. Next, give some name, right, for your identification. And this URL, how to get is from this. How I have to give this URL is, if you select this release repository, there is one copy icon. If you copy this, it is showing this HTTP : IP address, port number, repository / KC Tech, this one. This you have to take and put it here. This you have to take and put it inside this. If it is on Windows mission, wherever your Maven and Nexus are there, if you have configured on Windows, you will give localhost, right? On Linux also, if you want to give same mission, your Maven and Nexus are there, you can give localhost. But for now, I'm giving like this. Like this, you have to do the change. Now, what about snapshot? So I'll go to next. Same ID is same. You have to give same ID here and here. ID should be same. Next, name. Here I'm giving. Here I give KC Tech release Nexus repository. I'm giving snapshot Nexus repository. Right, for your identification, it no need to be same name. It can be your as you wish. Now I'll go here. I'll take the repository snapshot KC Maven. This is I created for snapshot, right? Go and click here, or else you can open it here, right? From here also you can take. From here also you can take. From here also you can take, or else directly from here, KC Technology snapshot. You can, if you click on copy also, it will take here. Copy it. Go to your pom.xml, inside your project pom.xml, where you created distribution management, right? So here you have to place this. But remember one thing, the slash is also mandatory. If the slash is not there, it will not work. Like this you have to put. But I'm not using this local Git Maven project. Here only I have this, right? So let me open this pom.xml from here only. Where is my pom.xml? Here. Let me open this. Here I'll change it. Pom.xml. I'll go here. So I have a distribution management element already, right? So now I'll go here. So the IP address this I used for previous projects. So let me take this release. I'll copy this release. 34. Where is that arrow? Here. I'll delete this everything here.
Copy snapshot one, sir.
No, release one only I copied. Okay. Next, I'll take this snapshot one. Let's take the snapshot one. I'll go here. Okay. Just a second. I'll paste this URL here. Okay. The ID should be name. Why? I'll tell later. But for now, this have you understood, right? We'll write after dependencies or somewhere you can write an element called as distribution management, right? Next, inside that repository element will be there, which indicates for release repository. Here we'll give the ID, name, and release repository URL. Next, snapshot repository. Here we'll give the same ID, name, and then release repository URL. Understood, guys? Have understood?
Yes, sir.
Motivated.
Yes,
Now,
sir.
now I want to run a goal. So when I run this MVN clean package, it has to upload the automatically. Why we did in the changes in the pom.xml, my Maven will identify, and whenever I execute some goal, it will upload the artifacts, right? It will take a backup in Nexus, right? Now, clean package, I'm running. Now it is downloading all the dependencies. We'll wait for some time. Okay, let it run. It build is success. Build is success. Now I have to see that artifact has to be uploaded here. Artifact. So how to see that is just get into here, browse. Just we have to get into browse. If you go from here, repositories, If you click on this repositories, it will show the settings. It will show the settings, not this one. What we have to do is we have to go to browse, KC Maven release. Now, what is the package in my pom.xml? Pom.xml automatically based on this, do you have release or snapshot? Automatically your Maven will identify based on this version hyphen release. If there is release, automatically your Maven is going to connect to this release repository and take a backup there in Nexus release repository. If there is a snapshot here, it will upload that into this Nexus snapshot release repository, snapshot repository. Based on that release to release. If it is snapshot, it will upload it to this snapshot. So let's see that whether it has uploaded or not. Now, what is we have here? We have release. So there should be a backup in release. It's not there. No component assets found in this repository. Okay, by mistake, it might have uploaded into release snapshot. Let's see there. Not there. What is the issue? And it is not an issue. Now, whatever the goal we did is incorrect. Do you remember in Maven, I discussed about 3 types of repositories. Maven local, Maven central. 2 we discussed. The other one is there. What is that?
Remote repository.
Remote repository. That you have to use. There was a life cycle phases where the right validate, compile, test, package, install, deploy was there, right? I said deploy is related to remote repositories. So if we use MVN clean package, now see here. You see here. It is saying here, copying web apps to web apps and something, building var file, already added something it is saying. So it has generated the artifacts inside the target directory. It has generated the artifact inside the target directory, only target directory. Now, instead of package, if I use install, what will happen? If I use install, what will happen?
It will take backup in .m2 repository.
Yes.
It will compile test package and integration test.
Yeah, but what it will do? What is the difference between MVN package and install? Package will take it in target directory. So when you use install, along with target directory, installing under target directory, it has taken in target directory. Along with the target directory, it has made a copy into user home. That what is this? User home .m2 repository as well. Means to that local. It will take one backup in Maven local repository as well. I don't want to take backup in local repository. I want to take not the backup in local, but I want it on remote repository, whatever in the pom.xml. If you see, observe here, if I use install, let me type install once again. You can see only 2 lines here. So one is into target directory, it is installing, the other one is into Maven 2 repository. But that remote repository, whatever Nexus configuration we did, right, that is not working now. If you want to make use of that, you have to use deploy. So now I'm going to use MVN clean deploy. Now you observe here, it is downloading some external things, whatever it required. Now it is saying, okay, now you observe here, failed, it failed. I know that it will fail, but why it failed, I'll tell later. But for now, you try to observe here. It did it in local, right? It did it in snapshot target. MVN deploy means what? Validate, compile, test, package, install, deploy. Package, install, deploy, right? Validate, compile, test, package, install, deploy. So packaging is done. Installing into local repository is also done. And then it tried to deploy into, it tried to connect it to this repository. You see here. Downloading from something means some dependencies, it is trying to download the metadata, means the details it is required to, it is trying to download from this repository and then it will upload there. But while connecting to that repository, see here, could not transfer metadata com.technologies, this var file, snapshot metadata to Nexus. This is a Nexus URL. Authentication failed. Authentication failed for this repository. 401 unauthorized. 401 unauthorized means 403 means it is like client side details, means like you are giving a wrong URL. 404 means incorrect URL. 403 means access denied. Like that, right? Different errors will be there, right? Next, it is failing because of authorization. It is failing because of authorization. Why? It means, see, in let me get some water. Just a second, guys. See here, you have given the distribution management. You said my Maven has to connect to this whenever we execute MVN deploy goal. Maven has to connect to these repositories and upload a backup there, you are saying. But who is your Maven to go and upload there? If I want to log in into my repository, I have to log in. Nexus repository, I have to log in here using username and password. But if your Maven is trying to upload, who are you? Who are you? So we have to authenticate. We have to provide a username and password for our Maven. You have to give the username and password of our Nexus username and password we have to give to our Maven. So I have admin user, right here, admin user, right? So let me log. Yeah, I remember the credentials. So how to give credentials, Nexus credentials to you? Our Maven is, remember this, I said, whether you remembered or not, this is very important. Where we configured our Maven? Here. At this location, we have our Maven, right? At this location, we have our Maven. Now, inside this, there is one conf directory. We have to get into this. Remember, this is too much important. Conf directory. Here, there is one file called as settings.xml. You have to open this. Settings.xml. Okay, it is read-only file. Okay, first let me explain, then I'll modify it. If you scroll down here, somewhere you will be able to see something called a server. This server details you are seeing. This is commented. This is commented, right? This is commented here. Now you have to take out these details, and give some details there. So how to do that? So let me quit here first. Escape : quit. Let me open with sudo privileges. Sudo. Scrolling down. Server is there, right? So let me copy this details. Copy these details. Let me come out of that comment. Here, the comment is ending here, right? Here, this line, the comment is ending. I'll come here. I'll paste the details here. Okay, let me adjust the format. So what I'll do is, here ID is there. This ID should be same as this ID, Nexus, this ID. That is the reason, means whenever it is connecting to this repository, how the credentials will be provided. So we are going to provide this Nexus repository credentials inside our server.xml of our Maven. But how can it identify these credentials are, whatever the credential you are providing here are related to that Nexus based on ID. If the ID is matching here and there, whatever the ID is matching, right, for that it is going to give the credentials. So Nexus ID, right? Nexus. So ID, this ID in the pom.xml are matched. So those credentials will be applied to this repository. Next, what is the username? So I have the username inside my, what is this? While logging into Nexus, I have admin username and password, right? The same credentials I'm going to repository username and repository password I'm going to provide here. Save the credentials. I'm going to save the credentials. Now see here, I'll go to my home directory, cdkc maven technologies, this project. Now I'll execute a goal here. MVN clean deploy. So now MVN clean package install will done. When it try to upload into Nexus, it will check for this ID, what are the credentials for this ID. My Maven will go and check for the credentials in settings.xml. ID is matching. I have given the proper credentials. It will try to connect to this repository using those credentials and then upload. Now you see this here. Now you see here. There is a target. It has generated packaging, assembling something it is doing for the target directory, right? Target directory building where it has done. Next, it uploaded into this local repository, right? MVN install. So this is var file. This is for package generating var. This is for default. And for deploy, if you observe, downloading something in metadata, whatever the information it downloaded from that repository for authentication and all, it downloaded. Then you see here, uploading to Nexus. You can see here, uploading to Nexus, right? You can see uploading to Nexus. You can see here, means it is uploading something to that Nexus. Now, if I go to my Nexus repository, refresh it, browse, release, right? In the pom.xml, it was a release. It was a release. Now, if I go here to release repository, array, just a second, it should be there here. It should be there here. Oh, it have snapshot. Why it uploaded to snapshot? They give wrong details. Just a second. It somehow it uploaded to snapshot. You remember this? Why it uploaded to snapshot? I'll tell later. But has it uploaded 1.0? Okay. See, this is my local. Cha, this is my local, whatever I have. But inside my Git, here I cloned, right? Here I'm using. If I type cat pom.xml, here it is snapshot. You might be. You refer here. Here I have executed my Maven goal, right? Here it is snapshot. Here it is snapshot. I'm just for reference. I opened the pom.xml, which is from my local, but I executed Maven goal from here, right? So from here it has uploaded. So in this pom.xml, we have a snapshot. So it has uploaded to snapshot. It has uploaded to the snapshot repository. Have you understood? See 1.0 snapshot. It has uploaded. Yes or no, guys? Have you seen this?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes,
So
sir.
now what
Yes,
I'll
sir.
do is I'll modify this. Vi pom.xml. Here I'll change it to one dot one snapshot only, but 1.0 was there. Now it does change it to 1.1. Now deploy. Done. It is uploading one more version of that. So if I have any latest changes, along with that, it will upload. Snapshot, if I go, two are there. 1.1 snapshot is there, 1.0 snapshot is there. Understood? Yes or no, guys?
Yes, sir.
So it
Yes,
has
sir.
this WAR file. It has this WAR file backup. Okay, fine. So now I'll go and change it to release. I'll change it to release. Okay, save, execute the goal. Ambient clean deploy goal I'm executing. Now release. Do have a here backup that one not release here. So like this, it is going to take the backups. Understood, guys? Now tell me this. That my part is done. There's a few more details I'll explain about Nexus later. But so far, that integration that is done. Now tell me if I want to integrate this. So far we know how to integrate GitHub with Jenkins, Maven with Jenkins, deployment into Jenkins. These three steps we did already so many times. We did assignments, everything we did. Now I want to integrate Nexus. What should I do? Tell me. Means when I execute a Jenkins job, build now, when I click on build now in Jenkins or else poll ACM, build webhooks periodically, whatever it is, right? If I execute a goal, it has to upload that artifact into my Nexus. How should I take?
Clean
To build a job in Jenkins after.
Maybe Nexus plugin we have to add, sir.
where
It is a difference. Hey, don't tell Nexus plugin. I'll kill you. I explained. You no need of plugin. Directly you can upload from Maven itself, right? So that the deploy through plugin, that is a different way. But this way, you tell me what.
in Jenkins we are giving as a clean package as a goal.
Their deploy we have to give.
Okay, that's it. Is that enough?
Yes, sir. Under pom.xml, there is one tab, sir. We will give clean package. There we have to give clean deploy.
Yeah, that understood. So in your Jenkins, earlier you used to give ambient clean package. Now, if you are saying that ambient clean package instead of package, I'll give ambient clean deploy. That is one point is correct. That is correct only. That is enough. But is that enough to do? Is that enough to do?
Otherwise, you can add the we are using the URL to add Git like that. We have any.
So you will not add that entries in pom.xml. So in your project pom.xml, first you have to create this distribution management element. These details you have to give in your project. First, you have to give these details in your project. Then in your Maven, for this ID, you have to give the server details. Two things you have to do in that server.xml of your settings.xml of your Maven. You have to give the server ID, username, and password of that repository. These two things you have to do. So in your project, you have to add distribution manager element, right? Clone the code. Clone the means automatically your Jenkins will pull the changes. So in your project pom.xml, you have to add this distribution management details. And in your Maven settings.xml, you have to give the server details, server element, ID, username, and password of your Nexus. Then go to your Jenkins and modify that goal to MVN cleaning deploy. That's it. It will take a backup. Understood, guys?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So that about. So let me revise what we did today. So what I did. So I configured Jenkins, Nexus as a service. I went to OPT directory, downloaded Nexus, extracted it. As the name was very big, when we extract, we'll get two folders: this and this and Sona type work, right? Sona type work and this Nexus one. So I renamed it. See, once you download, you may get the latest version. So don't try to use the same command. You check your version and modify the command. So the name is bigger one, I renamed it like this, and I made the ownership of this Nexus 3 and Sona type work with EC-user. Went to bin location. There is one file called as nexus.rc. So there I made the owner as EC-user. With this, modifying that one line, run as user value I have given as EC-user. Then I created a soft link to EC2 initd. Then I added that. I went to that location and added this Nexus soft link created file to check config. I turned it on and I started Nexus. Right, that's it. I went to my Nexus. It has admin password, admin user by default. Password was under this location. I went to that location and got the initial admin password and I entered it and then logged in and I changed the default password. I gave my new password. Okay, after doing that change, I have created two repositories.